Mistletoe, I want you to join me in giving a special shout out to the donor of this year's Christmas tree, Mr. Mark Stafford. Yes, Mark. Thank you, Mark. And as soon as our guests of honor arrive, we can light this tree, huh? Yes!
Chris, had to deliver your mail after hours. There was so much addressed to Santa.
How's Martha?
Ornery as ever. She made a special batch of cookies for you. I'd feed them to the reindeer if I were you.
Give her my regards.
Will do, will do. Well, the whole town's waiting for you.
On Comet, on Cupid, on Donner and Blixen. To the top of the porch, to the top of the wall. Now, dash away, dash away, dash away all.
That's great.
Ladies and gentlemen, here he is, our very own Kris Kringle! Yes!
Thank you.
I suppose a Christmas tree isn't really a Christmas tree without lights now, is it? So, let's count down together. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Anna, Zoe wants to see you.
Oh, great. I'll be there in a sec. Thanks, Carly. Knock, knock. You rang?
Anna, check this out. Look at this guy. He really knows how to milk a moment.
Ho, ho, ho.
Oh, come on, Anna. This is good stuff. Oh, there's more.
Oh, of course there is.
A guy named Phil sent me the link. Says he's the mayor of Mistletoe.
How quaint.
Says this old guy's been playing Santa every Christmas for 50 years.
Wow.
You'll love this part. He changed his pedestrian name from John Wilson to Kris Kringle.
Okay, well, now he sounds like he needs to be fitted for a straitjacket. Why are you telling me this? No, no. Zoe, please. You know I'm not a Christmas person.
Exactly. That's what makes you perfect for the story.
Story? What story? This guy sounds like a glorified mall Santa.
Oh, but he is so much more. This Santa is the real deal, or so he says.
This guy really thinks he is the real Santa Claus?
According to Mayor Phil. Our readers are gonna eat this up.
I feel like I'm getting indigestion already.
Anna, we are a family magazine. Stories like this are our bread and butter.
Okay, you win. What do you want me to do?
I have an inspired idea.
Here it comes.
Okay, it's the holidays, so why not make this story special? I mean, 50 years, that's quite an accomplishment. I want you to go down to Mistletoe, find out what makes Mr. Old Kringle tick. Then I want you to blog about it.
You want me to blog about it?
Kris Kringle, 50th anniversary. Our readers are gonna love it.
Okay, am I being punked?
It's gonna make a wonderful feature story. And I've arranged for Carly to house it for you. You leave first thing in the morning.
You really want me to blog about a crazy old man who thinks he's Santa Claus? I'm sorry, but I don't even think Quentin Tarantino could make that interesting.
I have faith in you, Anna.
I know you do.
Oh, Anna.
Yes.
How'd the blind date go last night?
It didn't. I canceled.
Honey, it's been 3 years. You really need to get back out there.
I know, and I love you for caring, but I'm just not ready yet. Dear Blogosphere, from now until Christmas, I will be reporting from the recently renamed town of Mistletoe. Why, you ask? Because my editor thought it would be a good idea to banish me to, of all places, Northern California, where it snows. My task at hand, to uncover what makes the great mall Santa of the North tick, a man affectionately known as Kris Kringle, who resides in a town called Mistletoe.
Good to see you. Good to see you.
What? All right. Okay, I'm moving. Perfect. It is funny. It is a laugh. This is good. I'm in a parade.
Oh, happy holidays! Welcome to the Holly Inn.
Oh, thank you. I believe I have a reservation. Anna Wall, Family Now magazine.
Right. And a wall? No. Nope. Wait, here we go. Oh, and a wall with an L.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Oh, I thought you said walls.
Well, it's a little noisy in here.
Just need your Jane Hancock on the line?
What's going on in here anyway?
What do you mean?
Well, all the construction.
Oh, yeah. Well, a new owner is doing a remodel.
Wonderful.
Yeah. How's room number 5 sound?
Great. I just have these 2 bags.
Oh, I hope you don't mind lugging your own bags. I strained my back bowling.
No problem.
Oh, thanks.
Right, just here.
Just down that way and up the stairs. Make a left. It's the one with the big sitting room.
Would you be the Anna Wall from Family Now magazine? You made a grand entrance in our parade today.
The one.
Mayor Phil Green at your service.
Oh, excellent. If you're the mayor, then you're the reason I'm here.
Indeed. I hope that's a good thing.
Too early to tell. I'm actually here to check out your Kris Kringle, a.k.a. John Wilson. Here he's quite an extrovert.
Oh, yes, ma'am. Chris is some piece of work. Yeah, 11 months of the year, he pretty much keeps to himself, spending his time gardening or fiddling in that workshop of his. But come December, poof, like a butterfly bursting out of his cocoon, there he is. 7 p.m., December 1st, without fail, Chris shows up in his square driving that ridiculous car of his. Then when the holidays are over, he goes back to his cave.
Cave?
His house on Santa Claus Lane. Used to be Maple Drive before the change.
Change?
Yeah, this town was called Somerville until about 30 years ago. Christmas of '79 to be exact, the change took effect. Somerville became Mistletoe, and all the street signs took holiday-themed names. Lloyd, our postmaster, nearly went insane.
What about the Holly Inn?
Yep, used to be called the Somerville.
And all of this for Mr. Wilson.
Well, he goes by Kringle now. He hasn't answered Wilson in years. See, the change came about, Anna, because folks wanted to show Chris just how much they appreciate all he's done for our town.
What exactly has he done?
Let me take you to the St. Nick's. Meet a few folks. Oh, you're gonna love this place. St. Nick's Cafe. People are great. You're gonna love it, I promise.
Mr. Mayor,
Zelda.
how are we today?
Well, Zelda, how are you?
I'm good.
We've got company. This is Miss Anna Wall, parade interloper.
Oh, my goodness. A celebrity. Oh. Well, welcome to St. Nick.
Thank you.
Miss Wall, this way. I'll take you to booth number 1. We usually save it for the president, but I'll give it to you. Mayor Phil beat me out by only 7 votes in the last election. That was despite my free Donuts Wednesday platform. But I forgave him.
Oh, you were a worthy opponent, Zelda.
I know it. Specials on the board. Enjoy.
Thanks.
Trust me?
Sure.
Yo, Harley,
Yes, sir, Mr. Mayor.
let me get 2 Phantom specials.
Yes, sir, Mr. Mayor.
On the taxpayer.
You're the boss.
Oh, you don't have to do that. I have an expense account.
No problem at all. We're just happy you're here. Hey, you were quite a hit in the Christmas parade.
Yes, famous for my entrances. Hey, by the way, what is this Phantom special?
You tell her. I gotta work.
Well, it's not on the regular menu. It's on the secret menu. You're gonna enjoy it.
When my mama was dying, God rest her soul, every evening, and he would read to her. He was there when she passed.
Back in the 80s, the plant started downsizing. I was one of the first of the lucky ones to get laid off. Chris helped me get back on my feet. Loaned me the down payment for this diner.
What about you, Mayor Phil?
Well, sometime back, the missus and I were having problems. We decided to call it quits. Chris sat us down, gave us a good talking to, and convinced us to give our marriage a second chance. That was nearly 20 years ago, and we've been happily married ever since.
You see, Miss Wall, Chris Kringle has touched pretty near every life in this town.
And that's why you changed the name.
Yeah.
Now we just want to give him a great big thank you card.
With a big kiss on the bottom, that's from me.
Well, I'll admit, your Santa certainly is versatile.
Oh, yes, he is. And you'll see once you get to know it.
I look forward to it. I was thinking about stopping by his house sometime tomorrow.
Well, you see, Chris is kind of particular about who he lets inside.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Personally, I've never seen the inside of his
No,
house.
neither have I.
No! Are you kidding me? Okay, this is fascinating.
Well, all the folks around here, we're accustomed to Chris's eccentricities.
Wait one. Oh, you know what? That's my editor. I should go. Thank you, guys.
Miss Wall, can I call you Anna?
Of course.
Well, then, come on, Anna. I'm done with my shift. I'm going to walk you down.
Oh, great.
Good night, ladies.
See you later.
Thanks, Mayor. Thank you, Harley.
You tell.
This is a letter from a little girl called Virginia. And she says, please tell me the truth. Is there a Santa Claus? Yes, Virginia, there is a Santa Claus. He exists as certainly as love and generosity and devotion exist. And you know that they abound and give to your life its highest beauty and its joy. How dreary it would be if there were no Santa Claus. It would be just as dreary if there were no Virginias. So, 1,000 years from now, there will be another Santa Claus. He'll continue to make glad the hearts of childhood. Do you believe?
So, tell me,
how did all this happen? How does John Wilson, ordinary citizen, become Kris Kringle?
It's a real tearjerker, this story.
I think I can handle it.
It was Christmas Eve, 1960. Only 3 days prior, John had married his high school sweetheart, Betty Clark. She couldn't stand the thought of anyone being alone on Christmas Eve. And this was to be their very first Christmas as husband and wife. You see, she wouldn't leave the hospital until the last of her patients had drifted off to sleep. Betty was on her way home to John when her car hit a patch of ice near the old road.
There was an accident.
Yeah.
She didn't make it. It's so sad.
Oh, I told you.
So losing his wife. That's what made him go crazy.
Oh, no, wait. Now, who's to say that he's crazy?
He changed his name to Kris Kringle. He thinks he's Santa Claus. I would say that's a little more than just eccentric.
Well, I suppose that there's a lot of people with a couple doses of crazy in them. I like ketchup with my pancakes. I sleep with mittens on my feet. And Harley, he likes to get up on the roof in his underwear and he talks to the moon. Cuckoo. Well,
those are quirks. This has been going on 50 years with him.
Do you know what I think? I think you need to get around town and you need to talk to as many folks as possible. And you got to get to know Kris. And then you make up your mind.
That's very good advice.
I know.
I'll take you up on that.
Okay.
Thank you for the walk home.
Toodaloo.
Good night.
Hello, this is Anna Wall in room 5.
Oh, Anna, I can't hear.
Yes, I realize there's a loud sound coming from my room. You hear that? You hear it? It sounds like an army of gremlins making horseshoes in there.
Boy, we ought to get somebody to fix that.
I'd love to have it fixed.
First thing in the morning.
Morning! Oh, fantastic. Sounds perfect. You have a good night.
You too.
This place.
Morning, Jake.
Morning. How's it going?
Morning, guys.
Hey, man.
Looking good. Hello?
What are you doing here?
So sorry, I was just...
Just get out now. I don't care. Go.
Of course.
Go.
Hank told me that there's something wrong with your heater, so I just...
Go.
If it makes you feel any better, I didn't see anything.
Please leave. What is it with this place? I don't believe that you sent some strange man into my room without calling me first.
I'm real sorry, Miss Walls. I didn't see him come in.
Well, yeah, sure. Like Johnny Handyman's just gonna come strolling in off the street, walking right past you without checking with you first.
Well, actually, he's more than just a handyman.
I just don't want anyone in my room unless you're absolutely sure I'm not there. Is that too much to ask?
No, not at all, Miss Walls.
Good. And it's Wall. No S, just Wall.
Oh. Don't worry, Miss Walls. Wall, we'll get that heater fixed for you.
Thank you.
Oh, Miss Walls! Congrats on making the front page.
that fateful Christmas Eve phone call forever altered the life of the small-town furniture maker.
It's gonna make it type faster.
Thanks, Alda.
Kids would line up around the block for hours ahead of time, waiting for a chance to be the first one on his lap. It was a real badge of honor. It was 1973. I was first that year. Probably one of the biggest days of my childhood.
I was first once, 1984. I was 4 years old. I tugged on his beard to make sure it was real.
I was the last kid once. Christmas Eve, 65. Chris gave me a ride home. Said he was off to the North Pole.
Didn't anyone find this a little bit weird?
Weird? It was Santa Claus.
Ho, ho, ho!
You know, when I was a little girl, December 1st was the biggest day of the year. Even bigger than my birthday. Because that was the day Kris Kringle came out of his house.
You like some popcorn, Anna?
No.
Yeah, by the late 50s, our little town had pretty near dried up. You know, people were starting to lose hope. Then one December, Chris put that suit on, and before you know it, we had families coming from miles around just so the kids could sit on Santa's lap. Chris had become like our very own economic stimulus package. Yeah, our little town had become synonymous with all things Christmas. My dad, Phil Sr., he started the name change petition. He said it just didn't seem right, Kris Kringle living in Somerville. Our local radio station started a name-picking contest. Mistletoe won by 2 votes. Noel came in second. Noel. Yeah, the kids used to line up around the block. Not so many anymore. I mean, some days we hardly have any at all. All the young families, they've moved to the city, lots of malls and game stores and food courts.
Why do you think Chris still does it?
Let me tell you something about Chris. He's the most unselfish man I've ever met. And the little ones, they take to him because he's got this essence.
What essence?
Yeah, goodness. And they can feel it. He's genuine.
Genuine?
Little kids can spot a phony miles away, but with Chris, they know. He's the real deal.
Here he comes.
I gotta get a shot of this.
Here he is, kids. Oh, boy. Merry Christmas, Chris. I've been waiting for you.
I know. There we go. There we go. Hello. Excuse me. Yeah,
Here we are.
All right, got it. Yeah. All right, kids, come on. Let's go. Come on. Come on. There you go. There you go. Sorry I'm a little late, but there you go. Come on. Don't be tardy.
Hi.
Hey, no cutting.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry.
Hello, Joshua. I scored a goal the other day. Oh, well, as long as you're enjoying yourself, that's all that counts. Now, Josh, you promised your mother that you would keep your room spick and span this year. So how's that going? Oh, well, I suppose nobody's perfect. Now, what would you like for Christmas?
A pair of new cleats, please.
Right. A pair of new cleats. I'll see what I can do. If you'd remember to be nice to your sister, you might just get them.
I'll try.
Oh, good.
Excuse me, Mr. Wilson. I'd love to do.
You misunderstand, miss. There's no Mr. Wilson here. Is there, kids? No, we have a doubter here.
Oh, no, I'm sorry, Mr. Kringle. As I was saying, I'm Anna Wall from...
Anna Wall from Family Now magazine. I saw your picture in the paper.
Oh.
I love your magazine. I make my elves read it all the time.
That's great. I was wondering if I could interview you for a story.
Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas. Story, what is the subject of this story?
Well, you, actually.
Me?
Yes, about how this is your 50th year playing Santa.
Playing Santa. Oh, children, it seems we have a doubter.
Oh, no, I didn't mean playing Santa. What I meant to say was that the story, you know what, can I just buy you a cup of coffee and we can talk? I can ask you a few questions.
That should be all right. Give me a few minutes and we'll go to St. Nick Cafe.
Great. Perfect. Thank you.
One more thing. I prefer eggnog.
Huh?
So, are you enjoying our little town, Annabelle? Do you mind if I call you Annabelle?
I guess not. Nobody's really called me that in a long time.
So, are you
Am I?
enjoying our town?
Oh, right. I guess. I'm definitely more of a city girl.
I try to avoid the city myself, except for Christmas Eve, of course.
Of course.
I detect a hint of skepticism. Oh, you don't believe in Santa Claus?
I've always had more trouble with the whole time-space thing. Mistletoe's a long way from the North Pole, so if you're here Christmas Eve, how could you possibly make it back for your rounds?
You must remember that the ordinary rules of time and space don't apply to Santa Claus.
Silly me.
Here's your usual Chris.
Do you mind if I...
No, not at all.
Okay. So, you've been playing Santa.
Hmm?
Let me rephrase that. You've been the local Santa Claus here for 50 years, is that right?
Mm-hmm. Sounds about right.
And how does it feel now that there aren't so many children anymore?
You used to believe, didn't you, Annabelle? A long time ago.
What about the beard? Is that real?
Ah, yes, all the hair. What's left of it? Eh? Yeah, feel for yourself. Come on.
No, I'll take your word on it.
Come on, I won't break. Come on, Jay.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, that's real, all right. Good for you.
So, would you like to see where I live?
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I thought you'd never ask. Wow, this is really something.
My home away from home.
Oh, right. 'Cause you live at the North Pole.
Now you're catching on. Well, good day, Annabelle.
Are you gonna invite me in?
Well, perhaps when I get to know you a little better.
Well, can you at least give me a quote for my blog?
If there's any kindness I can show or any good thing I can do to any fellow being, then let me do it now, and not deter or neglect it, as I shall not pass this way again. Or you can just write, ho, 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 Merry Christmas.
Oh, he's a fruitcake, all right. With extra nuts.
Better not blog about that.
He wouldn't let me in his house. Who knows what he's hiding in there?
Editor's advice, focus on the charming, not the crazy. By the way, your first blog got more hits than all of our other stories combined.
Oh, great. Yes, I could see that one. Coming this spring to Family Now, the story of the plumber who thinks he's the Easter Bunny.
Check in later.
So, enough about the world's noisiest B&B. Back to the reason you're here, Mr. John Wilson, alias Kris Kringle. First, a little background on mistletoe, beginning with a trivia question. What was mistletoe's original name? A, Whoville, B, Bedford Falls, or C, Somerville? If you chose C, congratulations, you've just won a free trip to the North Pole.
Oh, I am not looking.
Very funny.
It's all finished.
It's about time.
Mark Stafford.
The on a wall.
Right, the Christmas parade crasher.
Yes. world famous parade crasher.
I also hear you're a writer. You're working on an assignment?
Good sources. Mark Stafford. You know, there's a divorce lawyer named Mark Stafford. Represented one of my friend's ex-husbands.
There used to be.
No. No, you're that Mark Stafford?
I was that Mark Stafford.
I heard he was a real shark. And now you're a handyman of mistletoe?
Yeah, well, I'm not exactly a handyman. It's more my hobby. I work pro bono exclusively for the Holly Inn. And sometimes for my neighbor, Mabel. She's got some plumbing issues.
And why do you do this?
I bought the inn a couple months back.
Ah, so you're the guy. Hey, listen, you mind if I ask you a couple questions while you're here?
No, shoot.
Mark Stafford, erstwhile divorce lawyer. Do you have any fond childhood memories of Kris Kringle?
Let's see. I remember the first time I crawled upon Santa's lap. I was terrified. And then he spotted me. And the first time he said my name, it was like I already knew who he was. Like I'd always known who he was. I don't even remember what he said to me. Just that he made me feel safe. Kris has this rare gift. He can make anyone believe they're the most important person in the entire world.
Great. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Should I tip you or?
I don't think so.
Hey, question. What does one do around here after hours?
Wow. Funny you should ask that.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Good tidings we bring to you and your king. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Bring us a baby bird. Bring us a baby bird.
Hi, Anna. Hey. Want some hot chocolate? It is on the house. Sure, thank you. Any yummy cookie? No, cookies. No. You're watching your figure.
So you made it.
Yeah, I have to admit, it got a little lonely back at the inn.
Oh, how's the story coming?
Good, good. Just waiting for the Pulitzer people to call. This is nice. A family gathering. What about you? Wife and kids?
No, not married. To Santa Claus?
Okay. You believe in Santa Claus?
I believe in Kris.
You think that's good for him, enabling his delusion?
No, it's not a delusion to him. You, care to sing?
No. There won't be any singing. You trust me?
Really? Well, then I'm afraid I'm gonna have to ask you to leave.
Really? That fast? My family spent Christmas in airports, mostly. Always traveling somewhere. London, Paris, Tahiti one year. My dad loved flying on Christmas because he said it was never crowded. And when I was 4, this was great, my mom told me, Santa Claus was a myth created to stimulate retail sales.
Well, there must have been one Christmas gift that stood out. An easy bake oven, a tea set.
When I was 7, I begged him for a puppy. I wanted a dog more than anything in the world. What I ended up with that year was a little stuffed schnauzer that they picked up at an airport gift shop.
We won't go until we get some, so bring it right here.
So, did you ever get the dog?
No.
Why not?
Never got around to it. So what about you? Why would you leave all that divorce money for this?
Oh, you wouldn't believe me if I told you.
Oh, try me.
I had this really big case. It was a nasty divorce. The 2 parties couldn't agree on what time it was, much less anything that mattered. It was the last day of court. I had just finished what I thought was a brilliant closing argument. Just getting a coffee at the vending machine, feeling really good about myself, when I started to have this feeling that I was being watched.
Watched?
Turned around and there was this little girl just staring at me. I assume that she wants something out of the machine, so I ask her, what would you like? On me. She didn't say anything. She just kept staring at me with these penetrating green eyes. Finally, she says, Mister, why are you tearing apart my family?
Oh, that's intense. What'd you say?
Nothing. I was floored. Didn't have an answer for her. Hotshot lawyer with the silver tongue rendered speechless by a 10-year-old. Then I had this wave of nausea come over me. I knew I had to get out of there. So I walked out of the courthouse and got in my car and just drove. Had no idea where I was going. Ended up here, my hometown. The place I thought I had outgrown.
Oh, and you never went back?
Nope. I was fined, law license suspended. My partners bought my shares out of the firm and asked me for my key to the executive washroom.
It's quite a story.
Yeah, funny part is, I didn't even care. I knew at that moment my old life was over. I was no longer a lawyer. I was just some guy stumped by a little girl's question. So here I am, back home in the town formerly known as Somerville. My family's all gone, so there's no real reason for me to stay here. It just feels right.
And now you're remodeling your inn.
I like staying busy.
What about the answer to the little girl's question?
Still working on it.
Well, good night.
Good night, Anna.
Hello again, and welcome back to Mistletoe, faithful bloggers. So far, it's been a most interesting week trailing after Mr. Kringle. Tuesday, I won a $17 pot at Mistletoe Retirement Home Bingo Night.
B10.
Don't worry, bloggers. I put it all back in the kitty.
Ho, 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 ho. It'll soon be Christmas. Here's some goodies for the tree. Here we go.
Wednesday found me at the local children's hospital.
All right.
Hey, Harley. Hey, Mark. Morning.
Hi. Sit.
I'll eat over here, Zelda.
Got it, Mr. Staff.
Hey, you do know Phil told me about the special menu.
I wouldn't believe everything Phil tells you.
Thanks for the tip. He also said you were a nice guy. So.
Well, you can believe some of the things Phil says. Mistletoe gotten under your skin yet?
You mean that in a good way?
Yeah, this town has a way of growing on people.
Oh, not this people. City girl.
Oh, here you go, darling. Oh, and no, my routine.
Nice.
So, I saw your blog yesterday. You're a good writer.
Thank you.
Any novels in the works?
Close. Unfinished play. It's probably gonna stay that way.
Really? Why don't you finish it?
Oh, hit a wall. Maybe I will. Someday.
Good. I'd like to read it.
Hey, Anna.
Oh, hi.
Hi. Mark, I am really looking forward to your party tonight at the inn.
Oh, great, Nora. I'll see you there.
Okay. Take care.
Bye. Party?
Actually, I was just about ready to invite you.
Sure you were.
It's my annual Christmas party. I would love for you to come. All the eggnog you can drink.
I'll think about it.
Great.
I gotta go. Duty calls. Maybe I'll see you later.
Great.
Enjoy that breakfast.
Yeah, I will. Bye.
Do you feel it?
Do I feel what? Christmas? Yeah.
No, don't you feel it?
No, what are you talking about, Hank?
Romance! Romance is in the air.
Romance is in the air? What do you mean by that?
Yeah, you know that reporter Anna that's been around town.
You and Anna, are you kidding me? What about your back?
No, not me. Mark Stafford. They're perfect together.
All right, now I get it. Mark and Anna. Okay, that makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
All right, now,
You got the stuff? Yeah. Made up last night.
Yeah, give him to me. All right, quickly.
Good. Beautiful.
Thanks.
Now listen, if Kringle finds out that we're padding the letters to Santa, I'm telling you, he is gonna put us on the naughty list like he did last year for opening up all those fake presents under the tree.
Oh, yeah. No, he's not gonna find out.
That was a bad idea.
He'll never find out.
He better not.
Zoe, please, stop trying to play matchmaker. He's a nice guy. End of story.
Good guys don't grow on trees, you know. Hey, why don't you take a photo of him? Email it to me so I can check him out.
Yeah, that's not happening. Try and use your imagination.
All right. Have fun tonight, Anna.
I'll try.
Please do.
Well, look at you. You look lovely. Could use a little more red, but thank you. You look beautiful. Going to introduce you to all these people. Thank you. This is Anna. You know Anna? Give her a hand. Give her a hand. Make her feel welcome.
Oh. Excuse me.
Happy holidays.
Hi.
See that you made it?
You're just another stop on my party hopping tour. Great party, by the way.
Thank you.
I didn't know Chris was musical.
He's a man of many talents.
I brought mine.
So you have. Thank you.
I'm gonna go back out there and mingle.
Anna, I'm really glad you came.
Whoa. Sorry. I'll see you out there.
Thank you. Might I have the pleasure?
Well, of course. You're a wonderful dancer.
Thank you, Annabelle. My wife taught me very well.
You must have loved her very much.
Must have. I still love her very much. Mrs. Kringle is the light of my life.
Brian didn't really like to dance.
Brian.
My husband passed away.
I'm so sorry.
Just 3 years ago, Christmas Eve.
I imagine you miss him very much.
I think I'm gonna get some air. Thank you for the dance.
Kids are doing well.
You really scored big with the antlers.
Didn't I? What about your snowman boxes?
Oh, yeah.
I hear those are in this year.
Yeah.
I had a great time tonight. Thanks.
So did I.
Hey, you two. The night is young, but I'm off to my cave.
I'm ready for my hot chocolate and cupcake.
Great.
Lovely party, Mark.
Good night. Good night. Feel like a cup of coffee?
It's midnight.
Yeah, well, the Holly Inn is still open.
Okay.
And the phone rings. Just like it's done 1,000 times before, but something feels different. Somehow you just know. And in a moment, everything, your hopes, your dreams, they're just gone.
Can't imagine.
Most people don't make it back from something like that.
But then there's Chris. He could be mad at the whole world for the lousy hand he was dealt. But he goes the other way. Decides to dedicate his whole life to the memory of his wife. To live as if Betty's still here, watching him.
It's true love. It's been an interesting evening. Good night, Mark Stafford.
Good night, Anna Wall.
Bye. Morning, Jake. Good morning, Jim.
Morning, Nana.
Hello, Princess.
Hey, Hank. You do me a favor and get the guys some coffee and donuts on me?
Sure thing.
Thanks.
Hey, thanks, Anna.
My pleasure. Don't work too hard, boys.
Hey, Anna, you got a sister?
Sorry, Jake, she's married.
And your point is?
Ah, ha, ha, ha.
Thanks, Anna. Have a good day.
And why am I in such a good mood today? I don't know, bloggers. Maybe it's just the silly season. Or maybe Kris Kringle's magic is beginning to have an effect on me.
Can I get you anything else, Anna?
Oh, no, I'm good. I'm just finishing up.
You mind if I take the weight off my dogs? They're barking.
Of course, have a seat.
Something on your mind?
Well, let's not pussyfoot around. I know all about you and Mark Stafford.
Oh, jeez, does everybody know?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much, Hank.
Oh, come on, he's a real catch, if you ask me. And I see the way you look at him.
Oh, really? And how do I look at him?
Like you just tasted your first chocolate truffle.
I love truffles.
Exactly. Oh, now that man is the reason that they invented jeans.
So, Owen, did you tell Santa what you want for Christmas?
A new Wii game.
Cool. What'd he say?
Santa said I should always tell the truth, especially about dropping my big sister's iPhone in the toilet.
How did he know about that?
Duh, he's Santa.
That's right. I'm sorry. I forgot.
My mom made me come here today because she felt sorry for him because hardly any kids come here anymore.
It's very nice that you did. And thanks for talking to me, Owen.
Don't mention it. Happy Christmas.
You too. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, you ready?
It's all right.
Oh, there's nothing to be afraid. Oh, honey. It's all right. He's a very nice man. I'm so sorry, Chris. Amber was so excited to meet you.
Oh, that's all right. Perhaps Mrs. Rutherford would like to sit here?
That sounds like a very good idea. What do you think, sweetie? Should we have Mrs. Rutherford sit on Chris's lap? I think it'll be all right. Okay? Do you want me to give her to him? Okay. Here you go, Chris.
Well, hello there, Mrs. Rutherford. I am happy to see you. What's that you say? She does. Amber, Mrs. Rutherford says that you want Santa to bring you a doll's house for Christmas. Is that true? She also says that sometimes you sing to her at night when she's afraid of the dark. Let's see. Now, how does that song go? Angels watching ever round thee, all through the night. In thy slumbers close around thee, all through the night. Would you like to sing it with me? Yeah? What? Right, so. Angels watching ever round thee, all through the night. In thy slumbers close surround thee, all through the night. Look, she's smiling. Yes. Look. She's smiling. This is what it feels like, Annabelle.
What feels like?
Oh, right into my magic sleigh way up in the heaven.
Must be nice.
Oh, it is. It really is. I'll take you there someday.
Oh, I'd like that. Don't you want to put the top up?
What's up?
Chris, are you okay? Chris, what is it?
This is where it happened. She was hurrying home. It was a cold, rainy Christmas Eve. Betty never liked to keep me waiting. If only she knew, I'd have waited forever. My Betty was one of a kind. Beautiful inside and out. She'd give her last dime to a stranger and not think about it twice. She loved everybody, and everybody loved her in return. That was my wife. And she loved Christmas. It was her favorite holiday. And she loved it all, the baking and wrapping. But especially, she loved the giving of gifts. My Betty loved Christmas. She used to say, if only Christmas could last 12 months a year.
That's why you do it. That's why you're Santa Claus. You do it for her. You do it for Betty.
Oh, maybe this old man's not so crazy after all.
I just wish you could be here to see what you've done with your life.
Oh, I think she is here. Right now.
How do you know that?
Well, I see my Betty's light reflected in the children's faces. That's how I know she's still with me. Love never dies, Annabelle.
I wish I could believe like you.
Maybe someday you will. It's never too late to have faith. Best be going. People will start to talk.
Oh, stop it.
Oh, my. I do believe I have a dead battery. You don't have a spare one in your purse, do you?
No, I don't, but I do. I have a cell phone.
Oh.
Okay, give her a try. Hey, it started right away.
Well done, Mark, my boy. You got a little something extra in your stocking this year. Perhaps you'd see Miss Wall back to the square?
Of course.
Bye, Annabelle.
Thank you, Chris.
Bye, Chris.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Nice work.
Okay.
Dear bloggers, okay, so I know you're all eager to read the latest about Kris Kringle. But before I get back to his heartwarming story, I'd like to take you with me on a short diversion. Are you sitting down? Tonight, I have a date. What's that you say? You want details? Oh, sorry, that's for another blog. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to go get ready. Ciao. Anna Wall.
Mark, huh? At last, a name.
Relax, Zoe. He's just a friend.
A friend. Come on, Anna. You've been holding out on me. What's he look like?
He's fairly good looking.
On a scale of 1 to 10.
Scale of 1 to 10. I would say he's in the 9.5 range.
Wow. I've never even seen a 9.5.
He's here. I gotta go.
Okay, call me later and give me all the details.
Okay. Hello? Okay, I'll be right down.
Wow.
Well, thank you. So where are we going?
It's a surprise.
I love surprises.
Good.
All right. Explain.
Chris's idea. He wanted to show off his cooking expertise.
But I thought only special people were invited inside.
Exactly.
Okay.
Welcome, friends. Dinner's almost ready.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
Dinner is served.
Gingerbread.
Come, come. Have a seat at the table.
Thanks. I never knew Santa Claus was such an accomplished cook.
Bless you for saying so, my dear. Mrs. Kringle was a wonderful teacher.
Living in this place must feel like Christmas all year long.
Well, that is the idea. You see, to me, Christmas is not just a date on the calendar. It's a feeling. Like the smile you get from a long-lost friend, the joy you feel when you've chosen just the right gift for a special someone. And Christmas is the season of romance.
Oh, really?
Yes. And if I might be so bold, I think you two have potential.
Now, Chris, maybe you should leave the matchmaking to Cupid.
Oh, it doesn't take a Cupid to see that you two go together like matching Christmas stockings on a mantle.
Okay.
It's wonderful, isn't it? Being in love at Christmas time?
It's wonderful, isn't it, Annabelle? Being in love at Christmas time?
Thank you for dinner. I'm gonna get going.
But, yeah. So soon? You haven't had much, sir.
Is everything all right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just not feeling very well.
Well, I can give you a ride home if you like.
No, I'm gonna walk. I just need a little bit of air. Thanks, Chris.
It's my pleasure. Well, don't just stand there, my boy. Come after her.
Anna! Anna!
I'm not ready for this. You're a really nice guy, Mark, but I just can't.
Well, there's nothing to be afraid of. We're just two people getting to know each other, becoming friends.
Yeah, then what? What happens next?
I don't know.
Yeah, see, I can't live like that, all right? I can't do that anymore. I need to know. I need to know what happens next. I need certainty.
I can't give you that. Nobody can.
I know that, and that's why I can't see you anymore. I'm sorry.
Can you believe it's been 50 years, sweetheart? If it's all right with you, I'll come see you today.
There we go. And if you sign right here, here's your card. And initial here, and sign down there. There you go. Oh, and if you fill out our online customer satisfaction survey, you get 20% off your next stay.
There won't be a next day.
Oh. Holly and Hank speaking. Oh, really? You're kidding? No, I haven't seen Chris all day. But I'll keep my eyes peeled. Thank you.
What's going on?
Oh, well, it's just Chris.
What about Chris?
He's missing.
What do you mean missing?
Well, he didn't show up to the ladies' auxiliary breakfast. He hasn't missed one in 40 years.
It was the last time I saw him. I don't really know what. Oh, here she is.
Oh, Anna,
oh, good.
Anna.
She's here now.
Oh, any word?
No, nothing.
No, not at all.
Weird, it's bizarre. It's almost like he disappeared into thin air.
No idea where he could have gone?
No, it's anybody's guess.
Well, I'm here if I can help.
Oh, good, good. We need all the bodies we can get. Now, I say we split up in the search team. Chef Lord and I, we will take the south and the west end of town. Doc, why don't you go with Harley and Zelda? You guys go east. And Mark, why don't you and Anna take a look north? Okay, we'll stay in touch via cell phone.
All right, let me
Search team that finds him gets lunch on the tax man.
It's a good thing I don't pay tax. Come on. Come on.
All right, guys. Keep a sharp eye out.
Listen, I'm sorry about last night.
It's okay. How you be? Long gone by now.
I would have been. Just heard about Chris and wanted to be here.
I'm glad.
Wait, pull over, pull over.
Of course. Today's their anniversary. John Basil Wilson married Betty Ann Clark 50 years ago today, December 21st, 1960. They were only married 3 days before she died.
Okay. So you know where he is?
Yes, I think I do.
Happy anniversary, sweetheart. imagine some people are all over dinner.
A little. You okay?
We had planned to grow old together, Betty and I. That was the dream. I suppose it was not meant to be.
Should be very proud of you.
You're a good person, Annabelle. That's why Brian loved you so much. Advice from an old man. Looking in the rearview mirror is no way to live one's life. And you want to know when it's time to exit gracefully.
What do you mean?
I overheard a boy the other day, the one you were interviewing. The only children that come to see Santa these days are forced to do so by their mother. They feel sorry for me.
No, Chris. That was...
Oh, it's all right, Annabelle. It's time to face the music. I should have quit years ago.
Chris, what are you saying?
Alert the media. Santa's decided to hang up his cap. This is my last year.
No. No, you can't. You can't quit. You can't do this. No, not after everything you've done for this town, for the children. Yeah, I know what the boy said, but I also saw what you did for Amber. How you touched her heart.
I made up my mind. That's what I came to tell Betty. And I think she'd agree that all good things must come to an end. 50 years is a long time. Time for Santa to return to the North Pole. But for now, there are still 4 days till Christmas. And even an empty post needs to be manned.
Mistletoe won't be the same.
Come on, you're a lawyer. Can't you convince him to stay?
I've never been able to convince Chris of anything.
I should go.
Listen, Anna, so you know, when you're ready.
Thanks.
You know, I think this town is beginning to grow on you.
I think you might be right. Which is why I have to go. Hey, will you do me a favor? Give this to Chris for me?
Yeah, sure.
Thanks. Dearest Chris, sorry to leave without saying goodbye, but goodbyes are especially hard for me. I know you'll understand. Besides, how does one say goodbye to Santa Claus anyway? How do you tell him thanks for restoring a cynical girl's faith in humanity? For helping her to realize that there are still people who know how to love just for the sake of loving, who give unselfishly, expecting nothing in return. Well, Chris, I'm running out of card space, so let me just say in closing that if a man's life is measured by the joy he brings to others, then yours is a life that knows no bounds. Farewell, Mr. Kringle, and Godspeed. Love, Anna.
Good blog. Love the Christmas card motif. Oh. If only you had finished the assignment.
We all know how the story ends. Man dedicates 50 years of his life to making other people happy, and then poof. One day it's over. Santa retires.
It's a shame.
I don't know. I mean, maybe mistletoe will turn back to plain old Somerville.
What happened, Anna?
Nothing happened. Got the story, and now I'm ready for my next assignment.
It's the guy, isn't it? Mr. 9.5?
Mark is a very nice guy who I have absolutely nothing in common with.
He's why you ran away, isn't he?
I didn't run away.
Uh-huh.
What?
Isn't life funny?
What do you mean?
Love. Love shows up in the most unusual places.
Can we please get back to business?
Sure. Congratulations. Because of you, our website hits have increased 150%. Our readers love the story.
Good. I'm glad. Now what's next?
Next?
Yes, next. I'm ready for my next assignment.
Hello. 3 days until Christmas, we are shutting down. Besides, I think you've earned a break.
But what if I don't want a break? And you know I don't celebrate Christmas, so put me to work. Assign me something. I'll take anything. I won't be picky. Isn't Frida the food critic on maternity leave?
You owe me one more blog on the Kringle story. After that, you are on vacation, like it or not.
Fine.
Anna?
Yes.
He called here looking for you.
Oh.
Mark Stafford. I wasn't supposed to tell you that, but I thought you should know.
What'd he say?
Just wanted to make sure you were okay.
What'd you tell him?
I told him that you were far from okay.
Thank you. I'm gonna go back to work.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so if there's nothing else? No, I'm good, Carly. Go home. Just finishing up.
Some of us are headed over to O'Malley's for happy hour if you want to come.
No, thanks. I'm pretty wiped. Looking forward to a hot bubble bath and early to bed.
Okay, well, Merry Christmas.
You too.
Anna, please go home. You can finish your blog there.
I'm almost done.
Why don't you come over Christmas Eve? My family will be there. We'll have a nice time.
Thanks, Zoe, but, I already have plans.
Plans? Really?
Yes.
Okay. Well, if your plans fall through, we'd love to have you.
Okay.
Merry Christmas.
You too. Oh, leave it alone.
Hello?
So do you want to know why I don't have a dog?
Why don't you have a dog, Anna?
Because I'm afraid.
Afraid?
Afraid of getting too attached. And then, one day, no more doggy.
It's scary. Loving something.
Yeah, how would you know, Mr. Non-committal?
Because I am exactly like you. I'm afraid of putting my heart out there, afraid of...
Getting it broken.
Yes. I've seen too many heartbreaks, too many families torn apart, the pain it's caused.
Look at us, a couple of commitment phobes. So what do we do about it?
Well, I guess we weigh the alternative.
Which is?
Being alone. Letting fear of losing love keep us from ever loving.
Better to have loved and lost than never to have loved at all, right?
Something like that.
It's just a hard change, you know?
Yes, it is. The truth is, we don't have a choice. So what do you say we change together?
I'll think about it, okay?
Fair enough.
Okay, I should go. I still have a lot of Christmas wrapping to do.
Well then, Merry Christmas, Anna Wall.
Merry Christmas. Dear bloggers, tomorrow, Christmas Eve, the town of Mistletoe will bid a final farewell to their beloved St. Nicholas.
Come on, boy. Come on.
What are you doing with the dog?
None of your business. This is city business.
Well, where are you taking him?
Back to the pound. Todd here's escaped 3 times.
Todd? The dog's name's Todd?
Come on, boy. Uh-huh. Personally, I think it suits him.
Well, I'm looking for a dog.
Uh-huh. So what kind of dog are you looking for?
The kind of dog that nobody wants to take.
And he's the perfect candidate. Nobody even looks at Todd here.
Well, I'll take him now.
You're too late. He's gonna be put down tomorrow.
What? On Christmas Eve? No. Wait, can't I just take him now?
You can't. It's against the rules. You're gonna have to come back to the office.
Okay, fine. I'll come to the office. Can I ride with you?
That's against the rules, too.
Please. Please.
Okay, but it's worth more than my job. But just for you.
And for Todd.
And for Todd.
You're a good man.
Hop in.
Thank you.
Christmas.
Yes, it's exciting.
Hey, your dog.
Oh, no. It's exciting.
So, this is it, eh, old boy? Give him one last show, for old time's sake. Yeah.
Mark, what on earth are you doing here?
Well, this being your last run, I figured you could use a chauffeur.
Oh, I accept.
Mark, my dear boy, could you do me a favor?
Anything.
It's Christmas Eve, and I expect some of the children will be with their families. If there are none waiting in the square, just don't bother stopping. Just keep on going.
Sure, Chris. Anything you say.
The top of the porch, to the top of the wall. Now dash away, dash away, dash away all. You really done it on me. No. Thank you. Oh, bless you. Oh, please, no. Thank you. Oh, you mustn't. Go on, kiddies, go on.
Excuse me. Anna Wall, the most famous blogger around?
I am. Sorry I'm late. Traffic was a bear.
Because of you.
No, I can't take credit. It's all about Chris. I wanted to come back.
Oh, my goodness. Where are all these people?
Hey, listen, I figured it out.
What?
Meaning of Christmas.
I missed you.
I missed you too. I want you to meet someone.
Mark, Todd.
Wow, he's so...
Homely?
I was gonna say friendly.
You know, he actually reminds me a little bit of you.
Oh, really?
Not the homely part. He's got a good heart.
So, do you and Todd have any plans this Christmas Eve?
He actually might just be free.
Really? What a coincidence. So am I.
So, loyal readers, before I close, I'd like to put out my own Christmas Evite to all the good citizens of Mistletoe, past and present. If Kris Kringle has a special place in your memory, then join us tomorrow in the square. And remember once more how wonderful it felt when you still believed in Santa Claus.
Sorry that we made you wait. There was a little bit of a brouhaha down at the toy shop. The elves are preparing to organize.
Thank you for giving me away. And for changing your mind.
Oh, the honor is mine, my dear. And what kind of Santa would I be if I abandoned the children at Christmas? You make a lovely bride, Annabelle.
Thank you.
Shall we?
Yes.
Who gives this woman in marriage?
I do, Mr. Mayor.
And who are you, sir?
Well, some call me Santa Claus, others say Father Christmas or St. Nicholas. Take your pick.
Very well. I prefer plain old Chris. Now, who has the rings?
Oh, of course. Oh, here we are.
Thank you.
You may kiss the bride.